回来给他，他要好好的，我给他洗洗头，他不让洗。我到元旦的时候我给他洗洗头。
这个时间还不用啊！哎，
这就现在是
阿妈让我给他洗，时间不要了哎。
我本花一朵，北归天山中，从此情人永相隔。究竟20年，我受尽了折磨，这个世界不要我，醒来吧，别再如此冷漠。醒来吧，抛掉所有懦弱，只为能紧紧握住自己人手，要埋葬那些恶逆中国。那指尖拔落，铁锁已斑驳，这就是我的一生。你若不醒来，还在梦里游走，又是地狱做出口。我本花一朵，北归天山中，从此情人永相隔。究竟20年，我受尽了折磨，这个世界不要我。醒来吧，别再如此冷漠。醒来吧，抛掉所有懦弱，只为能紧握住亲人手，要埋葬那些恶逆中国。醒来吧，别再如此冷漠。醒来吧，抛掉所有懦弱，只为能紧握住亲人手，要埋葬那些恶逆中国。牙齿前拔落，铁锁已斑驳，这就是我的一生。同胞快醒来，从此要战着火，我们砸碎这铁锁。
Morning, afternoon, good night, everyone. So now I'm starting this new English talk show. I just named it the True Color. So the True Color is trying to show the world what is the true face of the Chinese government, the Chinese Communist Party, and is now our topic not limited to the Chinese Communist Party, but we start from the CCP live series. So in this series, in this episode, I will join with our client, Lakeman, MKOCCB. So I'm thinking why I need to start an English show. I'm, let's say, inspired by yesterday the Steve Bannon, the War Room. There is a video program that is talking about the truck drivers. They marched to Washington D.C. To demonstrate their anti-vaccine policy, the vaccine mandate. Now they're also a beautiful host. They joined the trip of the truck drivers, videoed everything, and they recorded and published on the social media. So this is the inspiration for me to start this English episode. Because similarly, what's on my mind is the latest event happened in China, Tangshan City. So there are some mafias. They beat up for young girls. Based on the information I gathered, the 4 young girls all died. The 4 young lives disappeared. But if you see, there's nearly no media or no news on the social media in China. So this is not normal, and you know the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, suppress everything. They don't want the truth to be disclosed, and I think this is kind of a threat to their authority. But we can see on the internet there are so many pictures, videos, even sound record showing what is actually happened, even in the alley near the barbecue restaurant. So this is really, to me, is heartbroken, and to me it's unacceptable. And I think I have the responsibility to disclose this to all the world, to use the Gather platform. And yes, I believe in the Chinese social media there are so many videos and programs in Chinese. So I think the Chinese speaking people are all aware of this event. But for the Westerners, they may not heard of this what happened in Tangshan. But I would like to use this opportunity to show you what had happened and what I learned from the social media. And also I would like some comments from Lakeman. So welcome, Lakeman.
Thanks, Kel. Hi, everyone. I'm glad to be joining this new show that was hosted by KLCCP. I'm honored to be one of your members. I'm honored to be joining you at the first time. You know, today's I just got this news from you that you want to start a new talk shows in English. I'm so happy you can make it happen today. And also that I received information from you said it's gonna talk about it since happened in Tangshan. Be honest with you, I just got the news, but I haven't watched any video at all. So just a few minutes, you told me, 4 women all died. That totally shocked. I was really disappointed and so sad. Let's pray for them first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Actually, so when I heard of this news, so I just maybe 20 minutes back to the internet, search the information. What I have searched for is just the 9 of them have get punished or have been detained and been punished start, but I haven't since that 4 of them died. So when I heard the news from you, they died. Wow, that's brutal. That's brutal.
Yeah. Basically, we start with this Tangshan event, but this is just one of our start. If you guys have ever watch the video on Getter or private CCTV, you get some information from Mile School. So you know this is just a common one of the common daily life of the Chinese people. So they are threatened, their life, even their death are threatened, and they are enslaved by the Chinese Communist Party. And so this is just the one corner of the iceberg. So I would like to show you the brief. Let me first brief go back to
brief interest about the background for what's happening in China. Actually, I did some research. I got some information on that part, but I haven't got the second part, as you said. You know, you just go ahead. If I missed something, maybe I can just ask you questions, or I can add up if you missed anything. Okay.
Yeah. Because today I think it's already 7 days past when the event happened. It happened, I think, as June 10, night of June 10, Beijing time, in Tangshan City. There is, if you see in this screen, I'm showing a very popular image from the internet. Basically, this is the crime scene. You see two young girls in white t-shirt are lying on the ground, right? So how this happened? Actually, 4 girls, if you see, there is a lot of video. I don't want to show the video because even the video on the internet is too bloody, and even it's not allowed on YouTube. They have to mask a certain part or blur the screen to make sure it can be showed on the YouTube. So anyway, there is a barbecue restaurant. 4 young girls are eating in one table. Then the criminal, one of the criminal guys, they just want to, let's say, harass one of the girls. Then the girl resisted and refused. Then they, basically the guy, the criminal, used very bad language. If you listen carefully, even on the internet, they recorded and the word by word what the criminal said. I don't want to use the F word, but actually I cannot avoid that. It just said, let's fuck that girl. If she don't agree, we kill her. This is what the criminal said under the surveillance. Then what happened? Then when the criminal find the young girl is fighting back, then they start to beat the girl inside the restaurant. Then after start to beat up, then they drag the girl on her hair to through the door to this scene.
Yeah. Before they move forward, move ahead. I just watched a short, like 2 or 3 minutes videos. They're just have a dinner in a barbecue restaurant over there. We start from there. What I saw is is just like that, in that surveillance footage, there are 3, I'm not sure, 3 or 4 women that are share meals in that restaurant, right?
Yes,
when a man started approaching their tables and placed his hand on the back of the back of the one woman. That woman pushed him away, but the man refused to back off and reach out again to her face. Is that right?
Yes. Then this leading guy, but you see in this screen there are some guys are standing there, right? So these standing guys, you see there is a table, right? So basically these people are sitting outside of the restaurant. So they are eating in another table outside the restaurant. So they just get in the restaurant, see the girl, they want to harass the girl. Then so this when the fight happened, when the girl refused, then the 4 guys, they enter the restaurant. They joined together to beat one of the girls.
Started beating this group of girls.
Yes. Then one girl.
I saw one skin like that. The one of the men, they dragged the first woman through the door. Throughout the doors by her hair.
To the street. Yeah,
and smash her with the bottles and the chairs, and then repeatedly stomping on her head. She's lying on the sidewalk,
kicking on the head, kicking.
I saw the clothes stained with blood everywhere. Start from there.
So this is how this happened. then you know the four or five guys, they may be a little bit drunk, but after investigation, these are the, let's say, they all have criminal background, and basically the police of CCP, they said they cannot arrest because they cannot find where the criminals are, so they cannot arrest them. But basically, they are living.
That is the answer. That is the answer provided by the police department.
Yes, yes. I know. I show you later. The meaning this Tangshan city basically is controlled by the mafias. So this is the common
Which means that those
situation.
police is a part of the mafia.
Yes, correct,
right?
correct. That's correct. Because without the protection of the police, these mafia, they cannot do such a way in the even not. It's like in the daylight, right? So many people are watching, right? They beat the poor girl for so long time. Even where
which
you will question where
those group of gang people, they are protected under the umbrella of the police department.
Yes, correct, correct. And if you see the video of the beating, basically they are the four criminals. They are like, I don't know if this is the proper word to use as a professional, meaning they used to beat others and they know how to beat others. This is what I'm feeling. But the four girls, they are not. I think they are shocked or they are surprised how this can happen to them. Meaning they are not prepared and they don't have the
Nobody
experience.
recognize that gonna happen in their daily life, right?
Yes,
They're just for dinner or for in the morning together.
Correct. You know, the mafians, when they fight, you know what's their technique? They use their numbers, meaning they will isolate one target. Then all of them focusing on one target. Beat this one person.
Sort of beat together for focus on one by one.
Yes, take one down. This is their strategy, and always
they're
work.
Organized.
Yeah, because others will be
organized.
others will be terrified because there, let's say 3 or 4 people beating one people. Right? Basically, there's no way you can fight back unless you have a gun, and you know, holding a gun is not legal in China, right? They are not allowed. But if you don't have a gun, you fight with 3 or 4 guys with your bare hand, especially some young girl, very weak girl. It's a mission impossible, right? So definitely,
not possible at all.
Yeah, under this strategy, no one can survive. Right? So this is what happened. Anyway, this picture is showing actually one of the girl who was sent to the hospital. This was taken on the, I think, either on the ambulance seat, I think. But anyway, you see, this is already very, very terrible. They are really beaten up.
Yeah, the situation is horrible. It's almost.
Yeah, and you know, the Chinese Communist Party, the government, they said the 2 girls, their life situation is stable. You know, they mentioned 2 girls.
Yeah. Actually, that's what I'm talking to you just now, because what I'm reading the newspapers on CNN, they said all 4 girls, they're hospitalized in the hospital all their life is in good condition. It's stable. That's why. So that's why when you talk to me, it's all 4 of them died. That's really shocked me.
Yeah. Because I learned from other Chinese social media, they have evidence, or they have whistleblowers inside Tangshan city. You know, these whistleblowers are also risking their life to deliver the message outside of China, sent to, let's say, some social media, so they can publish. Right. Yeah, this is really dangerous, but they try to hide their real identification, to hide from persecution of the Chinese government. But some are locals. But you will be surprised why there is no single message published on the Chinese social media about this event. Which
means also the government, that they control it. The silence people, the suppressed message on the internet.
Yes, correct. This is the evil of Chinese Communist Party. They control the media. So
I can imagine what they're doing. Yeah, fully, agree with you. I can imagine they can do that, especially for CCP. They can do whatever they want in their land.
Yeah. This is a dictatorship, and under, let's say, in this event, in the the Chinese Communist Party always saying, no rumors. What is they define rumors? Meaning anything that is not official, they call rumors. But what in official media, what they gave the 2 girls, the life situation is stable. This is official. You can search. Yeah, but actually,
I have a question here for you, because you just said actually all the 4 of our dead, and also government media said it's kind of a rumor. And at the same time, I just read the news on CNN. They report the same things as Chinese government, which means that they are part of that propaganda. They're helping them to spread rumor around the world.
Yes. I think they work together with the Chinese Communist Party.
Hand by hand, right?
Yeah, but anyway, I asked question to CNN, right? If you are saying for girls, what evidence you have? Have you ever seen any video or any picture disclosed by the Chinese Communist Party? Right?
Yeah, maybe you can just take a photo right away and show the people, or short, make a short video show, hey, they are stable, they are alive.
Yes, and
people gonna believe you.
And also, the parents of these 4 young girls, why they don't speed up in any of the social media or in the news? Why? Right? Because they're all concerned. They're all surprised by us, by the Chinese Communist Party, meaning the government, right? The government is the biggest mafia in China. They control everything. No one can read their voice. This is the situation. Meaning, too simple. Let's say consider. Yes, I understand. Like you are in the U.S., right? So in U.S., consider such a thing happen in your city. What the press will report?
Yeah, definitely the press have to see what they're reporting. Definitely they have to, be on site and video it, film it, and report it right away.
The neighbors, their parents, their relatives, right? And even someone who is happened on the scene.
And the witness, especially for those witnesses, they can interview them as well.
Yes. So, but in Tangshan, no one ever dare to show their face or read their voice on any social media controlled by Chinese Communist Party. So
that's a big question we need to ask: why they don't dare to stand out and speak words about this, even they know that's happened to anybody or to somebody else. How about the future? How about tomorrow? That's happened to him.
Yes. That's why I'm really angry. I really feel bad about this. I'm considered my young daughter is nearly the same age as a girl beaten up in this restaurant, right? I'm afraid of letting my daughter go back to China. Really, how can you imagine in a barbecue restaurant?
Right now, I fully understand why you want to stand out and want to do this show right away.
Yes, and I want to use the Gather platform to let the whole world know, or even the Westerners, they know what is happening in China. This is just, remember, this is one tip of the iceberg. I just take this episode as a start point, really. And
okay, good.
Honestly, I hear in some overseas social media, Chinese social media, they are saying this. In Chinese, there are also some blog or something like that, right? Some information is released on the blog, and then in very short times, let's say in about half an hour, over hundreds of million views of this blog.
Wow.
Hundreds of millions. But after that,
but in China, there's nothing left, right?
Yes, disappeared. No, you search, nothing left.
I just show you one message. Actually, I just checked one within an hour, the Chinese government or the social media, they suspend or about 1,000 like account number.
Yes,
just
yes.
spread a message around the world.
Yes, yes. The blog account, they block, they freeze it, or let's say canceled their account in thousand, in number of thousand. So this is the actual situation. If you're saying Twitter, right, or the YouTube, they are the social media who is blocking previous President Trump, right? So this is just a little compared with what Chinese Communist Party is doing in China. Really, this
That's
is
right. And also this kind of a specific case, what's happened over there, just one sense. Look at it a little, wider broad, like those kind of violence against women, there happened in various forms, including those kind of domestic violence, women trafficking, like sexual assault, even murdering. This case, you can consider as just like a domestic violence or murder. Has happened.
Yeah. So why I'm saying the 4 girls already bad? You see, the previous screen basically showing the street side facing the restaurant. Now this is across the corner of the restaurant. They call the alley. So you see the alley, the blood. I didn't mask these blood. These are let's say the next day on the scene. Yeah, exactly. Because what happened is night of June 10, right? So supposedly this picture was
yes, that's happening in the morning, about 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yes, yeah. So you see the blood. You see the blood, right? So consider such a big volume of blood bleeding from one human body. Consider if this situation happened to anyone, can the one still survive? Very hard, very hard. But you see, you see in the far end there is a stair, right? The stair to the second floor. So some witness, the whistleblower is saying they see that the criminals, they raped one of the young girl in the second floor. Then they throw the girl from the second floor down the stair, throw her down.
Just to throw them from second floor.
Yes. Then what is astonishing me is they said they witnessed the criminals, they drive a car over the girl after they throw her down. Drive over again and again.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy. So that's why they are saying when the ambulance coming in, even the nurse on the ambulance, they are saying the girl is like like glass,
potatoes,
very fragile. Yeah. It's like a china, you have a cup, right? It's very easily broken. So they wrap the girl carefully because it's everything on the body is broken. So consider what I really
totally
believe,
destroyed life.
Yeah, I really believe what is provided by this whistleblower. They threw the girl down from the second floor, then drive a car over her again and again. They just want to kill her, only because they don't have.
That's a murder. That's a first-degree murder. That's a first-degree murder.
Yes. But what happened? You see, there is video. I see the video. Even the criminals, they use the TikTok. Their fans increase in thousand, and they are saying, yes, I'm broadcasting. I'm live broadcasting.
You mean those group of the criminals, they record and post it on TikTok themselves?
Live stream like us doing now.
Live stream. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And this is it's really crazy. The one of the gangster is saying, now see, I'm in the police station, huh? Now I paid 600,000 RMB. Everything settled. I will be released soon. I told you, huh? I told you. You don't believe me. Now I told you. 600,000.
They are very confident they can control everything. They can just pay money. They can,
just use money.
Even what's happened, they get a sense killed person, and they can release it right after about just pay a specific amount of money.
Yeah, how you can imagine this will happen in US?
No, nobody can do that. Unbelievable.
Yeah, do a live stream broadcasting in the police station and be very proud of announcing, okay, I see I pay 600,000 RMB and this is done. This is over. I can be released.
Gosh. So you can imagine who they are, who are the people behind them, who is their supporter.
Yes, so this is the faces of this part of the three gangsters. The boy on the left, that is the main
The man on the
killer.
left.
Yeah, that's the main killer.
Oh my gosh.
So see, they
I just read a news continually telling those people that, you know, escaped like 600 miles away and was just detained by the police and a local policeman.
yeah.
Were like
But
Jiangsu province.
Yes, they the rumor or the social media when I watch, I get the message that first they was contained by the police station. First, the first place, meaning the police is on the scene, then arrested them, contain them in the police station. Then they pay 600,000 RMB. Then they are released. Only they are arrested again is because this is on the internet. So the social media is let's say it's pissed off. So Chinese
Totally
people,
pissed
they
off.
really there are, remember I said there are 100 million reading of this message, of this news. So the people in China, they are enraged. They cannot believe this is actually happening. So they are, let's say, reading their voice against the government, questioning the government, what you are doing, questioning the police, what you are protecting the good people.
They should.
Yeah, so
Because
this,
what does government do? They need to protect their citizens, protect people living in your country.
This gave the pressure to the Chinese Communist Party, to the local government, to the police. So they have to show the public they are really doing their responsibility. Right?
At least they have to pretend to do something.
Yes,
Let people believe
pretend,
they're the
that is
government.
exact word. They have to, because they are obliged to do that, because to ease the anger of the little people in China. Right? So that's just a show, just like a show, right? See,
Yeah, they're doing a show.
Yeah, but I ask a question: why you in the first place you contained the gangster, but then you release them, so they were able to run away 600 miles.
Wait! A question for you. Sorry, I didn't read the entire story. You mean that they contained them in the police station and then released them?
Yes. As I mentioned, right? They do a live broadcast. They said, okay, I pay 600,000, then they will release me. Yes, they are released. They consider if it's not released by police, how they can escape from Tangshan city to Jiangsu province, 600 kilometers away.
That makes sense.
Right?
Okay,
But
let's make the story complete.
Also, you consider in a quarantine situation, right? Even anyone escaping
That's my
from
question.
Tangshan city.
Yeah, a lot of countries are locked down and the quarantines. How you go that far without any, interrupt?
They enter another province, Jiangsu province. How they did that? Right? It is possible for common people, for the little people in China. It's impossible.
Not at all.
Right?
Just a few hours, right? They're driving and they're running that far.
Yes. So these questions are not raised by the Chinese people. They ask so many questions. There are comments if let's say you publish something in your blog, right? Under the blog you can make comments. You see thousands, hundreds of thousands comments asking these same kind of question. But all these questions are unanswered. Meaning the government, they cannot provide some reasonable answer for that, right? So they keep silent. All they do is delete, everything delete 404, right? You know the famous 404. They just delete. They control everything.
Oh,
right? If they find something, delete.
They just remove everything, just like nothing happened. They
Yeah.
silence people, and first the silence not let those people's witness, speak out. At the same time, not allow you to watch anything happen on internet.
Yes,
or any information
no one
channel.
is allowed to question the government, right? Even you say some bad word about Xi Jinping, you will be arrested, right? This is the situation. But consider in US, you can say bad word about your president and the government officer, right? Because they are public, right?
Only in those dictatorship countries they do that.
Yes, yeah. So this is the situation. I want to use this one event to show to the world what is the real face of Chinese Communist Party. They are saying they are the government, but basically they are never elected or selected by the people there. So they are just a dictator, and they control the people. Right? They use all their power stealed from the people to control the people, enslave all the Chinese people. This is showing what they are doing, right? The bad guys, the criminals, the killers can easily run away with the protection of the government, protection of the police, protection of Chinese Communist Party, because they are working with the CCP, right? So CCP definitely, since they are working together, if they are arrested, the CCP are afraid of that these people may say something, right? So they may against the CCP, right? So they are afraid of either let's say if they are arrested, if CCP feel they are threatened to them, they will let these people disappear, right? They will let them disappear. You will never find these people again.
Yeah, they did that.
Yeah, they do it again and again.
That's happened repeatedly in China mainland, or right now it's not in China mainland, in Hong Kong. Same.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, this is one of the evidence why I'm saying all the 4 girls that first is you see the blood in the alley, right, on the ground. So with such a blood bleeding, right, very small chance that any people can survive that. Remember that I mentioned some witness seeing they threw the girl from 2nd floor, then they run the car over the girl again and again. Do you believe anyone can survive that? And
no.
Remember, you already see in the news, right? How they beat? They use chairs, right? They use chairs on their body, and they also use the bottle, the glass bottle of the beer.
Yeah,
right?
I saw that.
Bottle of the beer. You see the blade. It's like a blade.
People
right?
hardly.
Yes, and if you see some of the show, they are let's say showing us some voice record in the alley. The young girls are screaming. I cannot bear listening to that. Really, I cannot. My heart is really broken. Really, you cannot imagine that young girls screaming like that, screaming for their life. Then also, as I mentioned, that when the ambulance here, I think one of the nurses disclosed some information. 3 of them already very badly injured. So meaning they're nearly dead. I think before they arrived to the hospital, they already died on the ambulance. Another one is still breathing, but the last one actually in the ICU. But after I don't know how long time, also passed away. So this picture actually showing that the people, the volunteers, volunteer some flowers in the alley, and they light some candles there at night. So this is how the Chinese people memorize their let's say some lives pass away. This is traditional way. So this is showing the similar happened in, let's say, last year, July 20, in the Zhengzhou flood. You remember Miles School disclosed there are 10, let's say, hundreds of thousand people.
100,000 people died from that
in
flood.
one tunnel. Imagine that. I did the Chinese broadcast that time.
Yes, over 3,000. At least over 3,000. The car was pulled out from that tunnel.
Yes, flooded in the tunnel, and the government is saying
Yeah,
only
remember,
26
when
people
it started
died.
second days, when it started to pull, when it started to pull those trucks or cars or vans from the tunnel, they cover
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah.
They cover up.
Yeah,
They
there is a
let all
video. There
people
is
go
a
away.
video showing a bus under in the tunnel flooded. It's dragging out. Then the bus, all the windows are covered by the black curtain. What they are trying
Right.
to hide. This is what Chinese Communist Party is doing. The same way, see, the people are memorizing these 4 young lives, right? The 4 fresh young lives are taken in the alley. So in the alley, the local people are volunteer some fresh flowers, right? And light candles at the night to let's say show their goodwill, to show their blessing for these young souls. So wish them to get peace in heaven, right? So this is how the people memorize, try to memorize. But even this kind of volunteer action will be threatened by the local government, by the policemen. They are not policemen; they are just mafians.
The gangster group, those kind of policemen, the government people and locals gangs, they all together.
Yeah. So this one actually, I'm just being discussed, right? If the government want to show evidence that the girls are still living, it's simple, right? This is a restaurant. No, sorry, this is the hospital. But you see, if you read the news, they are saying in a hospital, if there is I don't know what it's called is the outpatient and inpatient, right? The inpatient area. If you want to enter, if you are the taking care of one of your relatives, you need to scan your face to enter that gate. Can you imagine a hospital is doing this? Why? And they also show some of the independent media reporters that they try to enter the hospital, but they are not allowed. There are, there's a police, undercover policeman. I don't know, even they don't know if these are policemen, but they are, there's a controlling this area, strictly under their control. No authorized person, unless it's authorized, you are not allowed to enter. So even you want to send some flowers to the girl, to the young girls, it's not allowed. And even you want to take a video with your cell phone, someone will stop you, right? Take your phone away, ask you delete it.
Yeah. Control everything.
Yes, this is reality in China, right? They try to control everything. No voice can be raised on the internet, right? Unless this is in good word that they are the Chinese Communist Party is good, great. Unless that kind of word, nothing can be shown on the internet. This is the reality. That, as you mentioned, if the government want to show the people as the girl are still living, show their face, right? Don't say it's patient privacy.
No,
right? This is a public concern. This is
they will never do
concern.
That because it's impossible for someone to do that.
Yes.
The only thing they can do is cover up again. Use a different way.
Yeah.
Trying to snare people's attention to a different angle.
Yeah. So now, this one I'm saying, because after this event, the 4 girls are killed. Basically, I use the same word. I believe this is fact. After the 4 girls are killed by these 5 criminals. So this is ridiculous, very ridiculous, and it seems to me it's a joke. And you may see some videos.
What? I think these 4 girls killed directed by those criminals group and also indirect by the government.
Yes, correct. Then the government try to make a show, right? To comfort the public. I'm protecting you, right? So they send a policeman walking along the restaurant, all the barbecue restaurant.
Yeah, that's funny. It's a joke. It's really a joke. I saw since from second days when all people started eating outside, they sent so many policemen, with a gun in hand and stand around people. So they're protecting them.
Yeah,
Wow,
if
it's really a joke.
yeah, if our audience, you are listening to this show, consider in your country, have this ever happened in your city, in your country, right? This police should not be always watching people eating. What you will feel, right? Let's say, imagine, Lakeman, you are eating in a restaurant, and some, let's say, 2 or 3 or 4, a group of policemen are patrolling around you. I say, hello, Lakeman, eat well. Have your eat your meal. You are safe here with our protection.
That's really scary to me. You know, if that happens, that's really scary. I just, hey, what's happening? Which means, tell me, the place
why first question
it's
you will
not
ask.
safe at all.
Yeah.
I need to go right away.
Yeah.
I never come back, because with so many policemen stand with a gun in hands and protect all the customers over there.
Yeah.
No way.
Simple, follow logic. Okay, if the police are trying to show their goodwill to protecting the citizen, right? At least let me know why you are doing this. Before, you never show up in my table, right? Why you now you show up? Why? Because people even don't know such an event, 4 girls are killed. People don't know because there's nothing on the internet. It's not allowed to talk about these 4 girls, right? You may be eating in
all
in one of the
information
restaurant, but you don't
all
know.
Information is
You
removed.
don't even know the 4 girls, the young life are taken, right? And the police are sitting around or walking around you, saying they are protecting you. You ask why, right? Last month there's no one protecting me. Now you are protecting me. Why? Let me know what happened. What triggered your action? What triggered your show, right? What triggered? Is that the people have a right to know what happened, right? But the Chinese Communist Party will never let people know what happened. But they're showing the police are patrolling around the restaurant, around your eating table, right? But why? On what basis? They never tell you because they are afraid of people knowing the truth. That is why I named this series at this program named
They will
True
never
Color.
tell you the truth, but only since they cover up and make a new stories for you.
Yes, yes. And now
They're cheating all of the world.
Yeah, what I want to show in this picture, these are maybe the Westerner, they cannot read the Chinese, but anyway, you see so many pictures. What these pictures are showing, under each of the picture, there is a video. A video of what? Video of victims. They are complaining what any criminal actions are conducted upon them themselves. They see in the left side, each of them are holding their IDs.
Yeah.
Meaning, this is real me.
They identify themselves and tell
I
me
show you my identification.
true stories that happened to them.
Yeah, this is me, my name, my ID number are out there. I'm telling the truth. I'm urging the government, give me justice, right?
Yeah.
Punish the criminal, punish the bad
Publicly
guys.
reporting what's happening.
Yeah, a lot of thousands of videos put on the internet after this. Why? Because this is part of the show of the local government. The Tangshan government announced the official news, encouraging all the people because they are trying to show they are a good government, right? They are protecting the people. So they allow people to complain if previously you have been, let's say, jeopardized or some bad thing have been done on you, right? So you can raise your voice. You can go to the police station to claim, to ask the government to protect you and to investigate these cases, right? So this is the result. Thousands of videos put on internet. Each of them are holding their IDs.
An interesting thing here is, actually, I don't believe those guys not reported before. But why the government didn't, it didn't accept any report, or why they didn't hear anything? But today, suddenly it shows up.
Yes,
like this.
That's a very good question, because this is how Chinese Communist Party, their mafia organization is working, right? All the orders coming from top. Meaning
they're just like make a show.
Yes, because the top level feel the pressure, right? So they may be published by their top level. So they want to, let's say, make some, how to say is, is like mitigation, right? To make the, let's say, to release the pressure, right? It's kind of a venture, right? You know, if you cook, you know, you have the high pressure cooker, right? So there is always a venture there to release the pressure inside, right? If you don't have this venture, the high pressure cooker will explode, right?
Correct.
So, to avoid this explosion,
that's the situation is exactly the same as what's happening in Tangshan City.
Yes, correct. So the Tangshan government want to make a hole, make a release for all the pressure. So they announce this official announcement. Oh, you can go to police station, bring your files, ask for investigation, no matter how long ago. Then this is the result. Thousands of people.
That's interesting. Another sense I just read. A lady is actually the license government, and they bring all the documents and they report to the public, and they went there. Actually, they stand 4 hours outside.
Yes, correct. There is a long line.
Out there, haven't got anything
line outside of the police station. They never imagine, right? The Chinese government, meaning the top level, they may never imagine this will happen. Why? You know, the Tangshan city is I don't know what's the proper word. Maybe they said is a friendly city.
Friendly city
is how to say
that is a mafia friendly city.
Yes, meaning the people out there are very kind. You feel very safe to visit the city. So they have a ranking, or Tangshan is on the top ranking of the cities.
Wow.
So this is what Chinese Communist Party is doing, right? Even a city with
and also as I know, Tangshan is not far from Beijing.
Yes,
maybe
correct.
like 1 or 2 hours away, very close.
Yeah, so this is the biggest fake news, right? Meaning because the top level, they believe what is faked up, right? Because Tangshan government, they apply to central government. Yes, we are a very good city. See, we have a document, we have evidence, we have let's say criminal record, 0, right? So our city deserve this medal, right? So we are the top ranking safety city. So the central government may believe that, right? So they believe. So if they believe that, then they will think, yes, it's proper that you should announce this official, let's say, notice all the people if they have some case to be investigated. They should come to your police station, right? Since you are the top the secure city, right? It's 0 criminal, right? So it's safe to announce in such a way, right? So they never know the real situation. The fact is, so many criminal cases happen and not investigated. So this is a burst of this investigation request.
Yeah.
So people wait for 4 hours. Happened. Yeah, this is what you read. People have to wait 4 hours to get their document accepted by the police station after.
No, even not accepted. They're still even not accepted.
Yeah. You don't know. Maybe they just accepted. Okay, I accepted. The next second, they throw your file into the garbage. Do you really believe they will investigate after these 4 girls are killed? Do they have the resource? Are they really intended to investigate? If they really intended to investigate, why don't they investigate 5 or 10 years ago, right? When this happened?
That is, they wanted to show their face to the public, so they fit to their top authorities.
Yes, yeah. So I think this is what we want to share with the world, with our audience who is watching or listening to us. So this is just remember, this is just one tip of the iceberg. So this is just one case. I think I call this this CCP Lies series. Remember, Miles Guo warned the world, CCP lie, the people die, right? This is not only US people die, Canadian people die, Australian people die. See, this is the little people in China. 4 young girls died 1 week after. What's on the internet? Even the CNN are cover up this, work together with the CCP, right? So this is just
Correct.
our CCP Live series episode 1. This is Mafia in Tangshan.
Yeah,
Right,
what I
right.
heard from you is what I need to take away from today's what I telling those stories. I think, you know, this since happened is raised alarm of a number of things happened in China. Not only the gender violence or systematic misogynist or moral degradations, or even gun violence or criminal justice system. They also saw corruptions happening there. Even dark sense network happens in China over there, right?
Yeah, meaning this is what the let's say the mafia or these criminals will do. They are just simply copying what CCP is doing, right?
Correct. That means, you know, the justice system is criminal.
Yes, yeah, there's no law. That's why Miles will set up a rule of law, right?
Yeah.
Basically, there's no law, no constitution in China, right? CCP control everything. What CCP said is always correct, right? CCP is always great. This is how they brainwashing all the Chinese people for 70 years until we get
that's
here.
why it's correct. For all the audience who, you know, who are watching this show today, you should know it's time, you know, for China, for either for the government or for the people who need to have a thorough reflections and a rethinking about it. You know,
Yes.
it's time to do a radical social and institutional reform over there. If not, things can be getting even worse.
Yes, I remember. I cannot remember who is saying this, but they are saying if Chinese people, I think Stephen Bannon said, if Chinese people are not free, all the people are
Yeah,
not
that's
free.
the balance. All
That's
world
the balance.
won't be free.
The same.
Yeah.
If the Chinese people, the 4 young girls can be killed, all the people can be killed by CCP in such a brutal way, right?
Yeah,
Because,
they're
you know,
just a different form. Just
Yeah.
like what's happening today is globally, that is a pandemic. You know,
Yeah.
that kills over 6 million people globally. Now they're continually kill more people with a
the virus,
with the vaccine.
the CCP
Yeah.
virus. Yeah, you don't believe.
With the
Maybe you
virus
don't believe
now
it.
with the vaccine.
Yeah,
Mm.
but think about it. Think about it. Where the virus come from? Why is spreading in such a short time all over the world, right? So that maybe we can talk about that later. But you know, in this case, as you mentioned, it's the 4 girls are brutally killed. Not like, let's say in US, I see so many, let's say gunshot, right? So people may be killed by a gun. This, there, to me, is less painful, right? It's just a one shot, then you're gone, right? But consider this girl, it's raped, first beat up, right? Then raped, then thrown from 2nd floor, then drive over by a car again and again.
Crashed. Mhm.
Can you imagine such a criminal scene? This is humanity. It's like animal action, right?
No, even I have no words to describe it. You know, it's not animal. Even, you know, it's evil. It's a devil.
Yes, devil in the world, right? Because the you know, the hell, the famous saying is that hell is already empty. All the demons are in the world, all walking in the world. This is a demon released by the Chinese Communist Party. Right?
You know, when you're talking about this, thinking about what happens in Xinjiang over there, what's CCP treating the Uyghur over there? Because those people have a detained in the concentrated camp. They can do whatever they want in those places. The things happen today is in Tangshan. It's very sad, it's very bad, but the one side, at least some information released by the social media.
Yeah, what about that? Those information not released are covered up by the CCP. Remember,
Exactly.
They can control everything, right?
Correct.
Think about it, really think about it. This is, remember, this is just one case, but this is not the last or the only case. This is happening every day, everywhere in China.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Just this one is public on the social media, right? So we notice
There are
such a
thousands
case.
behind. Nobody, you know, get to know.
Yes.
Yeah, thousands happened everywhere in China.
Yeah, in the later show, I think we can give more example. We can go back to last year, the Zhengzhou flood, right? and also
not
so
even
many
the
cases.
like last year's in Zhengzhou. You still remember it's a couple of months ago?
Oh, yes,
Or
yeah,
this year,
the
what's
chain girl,
happening?
right? Yeah.
Yeah, the 10 ladies, what's happening over there, right?
Yes, 20 years, 20 years. Oh my God. That's why my school make this the MV I use as the cover. Yeah, that one is really, maybe you cannot understand the Chinese lyrics, but maybe in next episode we can talk about that.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Okay, I think nearly 1 hour. I'm thinking we just make a half-hour show, but sorry for
But
that.
you do have a lot more words than you expected, right?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah.
And that is
Anyway, so thanks, Lakeman. You just volunteer your time to join my show. But really, this is we have let's say short kind of live broadcast in Chinese, right? So we know each other, so we don't need to prepare or read a lot for the show. But you understand the situation, right? So you can give your comments. We can talk like this freely on this Gather platform. Thanks, Mao School. Thanks for the Rule of Law Foundation. Thanks for the new federal state of China. So we have this chance to disclose these true stories. What is happening?
Dark side of China happened in China.
Yeah.
It happened in China every day, everywhere.
Yeah.
Just we don't know, but actually there a lot of dark things happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. Yeah. Ken.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm so I'm so glad to be joining your shows. As you said, sorry, I didn't prepare anything today.
It's okay.
Just jump in and discuss with
already
you.
very good. I'm really glad you with me. Anyway, let's close this program. It's nearly 1 hour. So thanks for all the audience. Thanks for you staying with us. Hopefully we can have one episode every week, so we can use this platform to disclose more the true dark color of the evil Chinese Communist Party. Remember, we are the new Chinese who is taking down the evil Chinese Communist Party. We will set up a new federal state of China, free Chinese people, free everyone, free the whole world. Okay.
Yeah, let's taking down the Chinese Communist Party first before we can do anything else. Otherwise, it's impossible.
Okay. Okay,
all right,
then, thank you. See you next time. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you for your time.